Hello everyone, welcome back to Panzer Paladin. We've gone through, I believe, half of the normal stages, or a little over a half at this point. So, we're releasing breaking weapons, releases spiritual energy that does spells. Yeah, we've only been doing that the entire game.
I mean, some people just straight up don't pay attention to mechanics, so
I guess, but still.
it's sometimes good. I mean, I think it's somewhat famous at this point, but there was the Twitch clip of the girl who had played through 90% of Breath of the Wild and didn't know about the dodge attack because she just happened to not go to that tutorial shrine until the very end of the game. And then she was like, what the fuck? So it's sometimes good to have a reminder about that.
No.
Nonlinearity does create that kind of issue. But, you know,
Yeah.
there is a simple answer to that, and that is to only play a tutorial about that mechanic, in this case, after the first stage.
I mean, that's why in Breath of the Wild they kept you to that smaller area with the 4 shrines you had to beat to make sure you knew how to do the main mechanics.
Yeah. I mean, there is a path you can follow after that opening area that the game heavily encourages you to go on, but there's nothing stopping you from just not doing that. So
There's nothing stopping you from going right to Ganon at that point.
Yeah, Link don't
My,
give
my,
a
my
fuck.
favorite is the comic of there's 2 kinds of players in Breath of the Wild. On the left, it's Link in all the ancient armor with the Master Sword and like super high quality items. Says, I hope I'm ready to take on Ganon. And then it's the other half. It's Link in his boxers with a stick. Come out here, you pig bastard.
there is plenty stopping you from going straight to Ganon. It's just not stuff that you can't get past. I mean, you can try to go straight to Ganon, but you probably have to wait across a field of laser-spewing Guardian robots to get there, which is a pain in the ass.
Pshaw, just climb up the wall. Nobody will see you.
I mean,
Well, if you're going to speedrun strat, you chop down a tree and then pull a mercenary Tau and fly across the stage.
The fact that that works is still the best and stupidest thing I've ever seen in my entire life.
it is a
Also, this is probably my favorite stage in the game, if I had to pick one. I like this stage. It's fun.
It's also, what was the stage in Mega Man with the white tigers?
Listen, not everything is Mega Man. Mega Man did it. Mega Man did it.
Mega Man.
There's been 76 Mega Man games, all right? Of course they've used every single stage theme under the sun.
I mean, the White Tigers is from Dark Man Stage 1 and Mega Man 5, but the Russia stuff is Dr. Cossack from 4.
I mean, it's only egregious in this case because their visual styles are so similar, Ted.
Well, no, they were clearly going more for Tetris than Mega Man here. Like, you can just tell by the music and they've got the
I was a little
swirly top.
confused for a second there when you said Tetris. I was like, this looks nothing like Tetris.
This doesn't look like the box cover to Tetris to you. Okay.
I always
All right.
have to remind myself that Tetris has imagery attached to it other than just blocks.
Well, that was...
I mean, the whole marketing thing around it was just that it's this weird game from the USSR that no one ever gets to play because it's the USSR and all that.
Yeah, like that was a big thing at the time, was that it's a peek behind the red curtain. Ooh. There's a really good documentary on Tetris on YouTube if you're ever interested in that kind of thing. Like, there's a lot of neat stuff.
I think my favorite part about that is the story about Miyamoto when Nintendo was deciding whether or not to license it.
Yeah, he was just like, your secretary's playing it on her computer, and then...
Well, no, they were asking him whether or not it was a good idea for Nintendo to license it because, you know, he's the main game guy at Nintendo. He made Mario and Donkey Kong. So when I guess either Yamauchi or some other head guy went over to check on his status and Miyamoto said, just license it. And he said, how can you tell my secretary won't stop playing it?
Yeah, that's...
Oh man, that's actually pretty good.
Yeah, it's a great one. It is a really well made documentary. Like, it goes into a lot of the different weird licensing stuff around the time too, which is part of why there was.
Was that the one up?
Yeah,
It's a little Russian doll.
Yeah,
Yep.
it is.
Huh.
The
Matryoshkas.
Machotskis. Yeah.
That documentary also goes into why the Sega version was the most obscure thing until the Mini came out.
There was also like 2 different versions. They go into why there were 2 different versions of Tetris on the NES. There's the official Nintendo one and the
Taito, I think it was.
Taigen, maybe?
Oh, Tengen.
One of those.
Tengen, that's it.
One of those
yeah.
unofficially produced, unlicensed cartridges.
Yeah.
Fun. Tetris
Yeah,
might have been
there
the
were a
only
lot of
good
them.
one.
I mean, I'm sure somebody's gonna throw out some obscure game we've never heard of, but it's the only notable one. I think is probably a decent way to put it.
Well,
because like,
I mean, there were also all those Bible games that.
Yeah, I was
James
gonna
Rolfe
say,
went over in that one
a
video,
lot of
but-
the time when those unlicensed cartridges come into play, it's for some game of really dubious quality. Yeah, the Noah's Ark Doom clone being one of the more memorable ones.
it had level design straight from Wolfenstein 3D, if I remember correctly. Or I think maybe. Oh wait, no, I remember now. The developer of Wolfenstein ended up giving them level design because he was pissed off at it or whatever. So he's like, "Here, just take it."
Huh. Okay.
You should probably do your research on this separate from what I'm saying because I don't really remember. I don't really remember it all that well.
Well,
but...
either way, it was no Chex Quest, I'll say that.
Oh yeah, when is our Chex Quest 2 commentary going to be?
That's up to Lewis. He's the only one who's played it.
Did we do the original Chex Quest?
We have
No.
not done. We have not done the original Doom either, which I guess we could get Trav to record or something.
Well, the original Doom you can record it in an app.
Wait, did we ever do the original Chex Quest?
We have not done the original Chex Quest.
Then why,
We haven't done really all that many PC games at all.
then why are you
Like, the only
asking
one I
about
think
Chex Quest 2?
Because it's modern and we have to be hip with the kids, yo.
Well, there was an HD
the
remake.
reason-
Um,
I mean, Ted, the reason we haven't done that many PC games from our childhood is because, remember, most of our PC gaming as a kid was either strictly Doom or things like Math Blasters or Number Munchers. Or
Yeah, but
things
we
like
could
that.
do a Math Blasters or Number Munchers playthrough. Like, that's a thing. That's a thing. We've done stupider things on this channel before.
I mean, the Super Solver games do have endings to them.
man, you kids, you're so sheltered as you were so sheltered as children. Even I played more PC games than that.
Look, I'd rather do Chex Quest than Sonic Mania for the third time. All right.
Fourth Mania playthrough.
Even I'm gonna say no thanks to that.
But what if we get the mod version on PC that lets you play as Classic Shadow?
No.
That way we can have Shadow in all the thumbnails.
Okay, I'm not sure if we're talking Sonic Mania or Chex Quest
Look,
anymore at this
Look,
point.
if you're gonna play a game as Classic Shadow, don't play Sonic Mania. Play Sonic Mega Mix. That would be more interesting, honestly.
I mean, that might as well be our fourth Mania playthrough.
Wasn't Sonic Mania made by the guy who did Sonic Mega Mix?
One of the guys who was involved in Sonic Mania did work on Mega Mix.
Simon
yes.
Tomley, I think, was the one that was involved with Mega Mix. I could be wrong on that. Then again, it's either him or Christian Whitehead, so it's kind of like a toss of the coin. So
Yeah, it's
Remember Sonic the Hedgehog? That is
I never
the
forgot.
thesis of every single Sonic the Hedgehog game since 2011, by the way, is just remember Sonic the Hedgehog.
that's it. That's the video.
I mean,
Gotta have an eye-catching thumbnail, something to
you gotta
agitate
circle
people.
something in the background in red, too.
I think I saw an image macro the other day of YouTubers if Sonic didn't have a transition to 3D and it's just them curled up in the fetal position in the corner.
Man, you had to mention the circle something in the background thing on thumbnails, didn't you? That is,
And then with and the YouTuber making a overly shocked face on the left-hand side or something.
you know what bugs me about that goddamn trend? Half the time, they didn't even actually circle anything specific.
No, you just circle something randomly. It
No,
doesn't even have to be
They
anything.
don't even bother circling something. It's just a circle randomly placed on the image with nothing inside it. And an arrow
Is
pointing
Crash
to it.
Bandicoot 4 actually terrible? You just take a picture of the game with lots of boxes, circle one of the boxes. It
No,
doesn't matter
you don't
which
even
one.
circle
That's it,
one of the
yeah.
boxes. You just circle a random boxless element in the background of the stage. and point an arrow at it so that it looks like you're pointing something out. But you're not pointing something out. There's nothing there to see.
The mouth agape face template, I could at least try to understand what they're going for, because it's been proven that they attract a younger demographic more successfully.
Because it's surprise. It's like, oh my gosh,
surprise.
why are
People
they
like
so
funny.
surprised?
Well, it's like they like funny faces.
It gives you the
red-
impression that the video is going to be zany and energetic. And
Yes, that's
and
exactly.
it usually isn't. So.
Well, not to us, not to people.
No, I mean, like when you actually get into the video, the guy who made the thumbnail doesn't actually have the charisma to pull that off. So,
No,
Yeah.
you open the video and it's Ben Stein.
yeah.
I'm imagining Ben Stein with his mouth agape now, and I don't think his mouth opens that much in order to do it. Like, I think he would
Here's
seriously
my
hurt
video
himself.
How do you do, fellow gamers?
Here's my video essay on Crash Bandicoot 4 and why it has too many boxes.
Insert Clear Eyes product placement here.
Yeah, he gets his own sponsors.
Box gem. Box gem.
No, 178th box. 178th box. Anywhere.
Okay, so our boss for this stage is the witch Baba Yaga.
Baba Yaga.
And of course,
Yeah.
since she's a witch, she's just like riding a cauldron like a clown car. Okay. If it
Yeah,
works.
this boss is fun. I love the way that all the different bosses in this game are animated and all that. Like, look, she's like dropping little. Oh God, those are mushrooms. You see, when you're playing the game, you never even look at that kind of stuff. And look, Jesus exists in this universe because he's in the background of the cathedral.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, you're right.
You see, they didn't say anything about the giant robot weapons in the Bible. Maybe that's in like Exodus or something that I didn't read.
The only mythology that got things right was Odin, because he promised to be rid of all the ice giants, and I don't see any of them around now, do we?
Yeah, but Odin's also a gigantic douchebag.
I mean, so are all the leaders of mythologies.
I don't know Hindu well enough in order to say if the Hindu.
Yeah, I don't know who them either. I'm pretty sure he's a jerk.
Is Ganesh the leader? Is he a jerk?
I thought it was Shiva. Because, like, Indy is like, you betrayed Shiva, so Shiva's the good guy? Maybe?
No, I don't.
Look,
I don't think that's.
if-
I don't think that's how it works. But
Isn't she not the leader of the Shokan?
The Shao Kahn? Oh, that's M. Bison.
No.
No, and Bison is Shadow.
Wait,
Lord.
hold on a second. We just like went through 3 different franchises in the span of a
wait,
sentence.
did Baba Yaga transform into a harpy at the end? What?
Yep. Maybe that's part of the mythology. I don't know anything about Russian.
I don't know. The only Baba Yaga that I've ever encountered in pop culture is like from Mercy Thompson, and there it's deliberately different from the mythology. So,
Well, the other one we ran into is Baba from Dragon Ball.
Okay, so...
Oh, yeah.
Wait, so Shao Kahn is not
Well,
what M. Bison was?
Shao Kahn's Mortal Kombat.
forgive me for the
okay.
assumption, but I'm thinking the Baba from Dragon Ball isn't accurate either.
Well, obviously not, but it is based on something, which is that.
Are you
so.
saying that Akira Toriyama didn't pull stuff out of his ass when he was making Dragon Ball? I am shocked.
Well,
Also, I love that the pyramids just have like little unscrewy tops in case they need to put something else in there.
no, they're not just.
Afterwards.
It's not just that. They're computer pyramids. Look at the circuit lines.
Yeah, they just like hacked into them, and now you can unscrew the top of them whenever you need, which makes it a lot easier to get that piano in there. You know, when you're trying to.
It's an interesting. It's interesting imagery, and it's the first stage background where I think they did something fairly unique-ish with the level theme.
You see,
Meanwhile, the rest of
Kirby
the Color
64
Paladin.
has a similar thing going on, so.
Meanwhile, the rest of
I think
I was gonna say, meanwhile, the rest of the Color Paladin is Pharaoh Man from Mega Man 4.
Okay, look, Mega Man has done every single level theme ever.
Man, Ted,
you know,
love this game so much. It's such a
I'm going
rip-off.
to give them a break on the desert level because, you know, every game does a desert level. It's kind of just one of those things.
It's brown, it's sand, it gets everywhere.
Yeah.
On Journey, it's every color.
Well, yeah, but you know, in that kind of game, like the visuals are half of what makes the game actually interesting to play, so they have to get that part right.
Yeah, that was it was a small game I played called Gris, Gris, I think, because that's the
How's
name.
it spelled?
Gris. I think it's supposed to be Gris because that's how you.
I think it's probably Greece. Yeah.
Well, no, I thought it was supposed to be
Like with
based
a,
I think it's
off the
Gris.
color
like with a.
gray,
Oh.
which is how it's pronounced in like French.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. But yeah, that game is like 80% just looking at how pretty it is, and you're okay with it because the game is actually that pretty. So.
It's one of those games where just it's meant to be more of an experience than a set of challenges, you know.
Yeah, which is
That's fine.
Which
Yeah,
is
it's pronounced Greece
fine.
because it means gray in Spanish, French, and
I don't personally care much for those kind of games all that much,
Okay.
but at the same time, I have nothing really against them. 'Cause, you know,
I'm just
they-
worried. I'm just worried if I boot up that game, it's gonna start playing the intro to the Grease movie with John Travolta.
oh no.
Hey, Greece is the word.
man. I like those kinds of games well enough, but I need to be in a specific kind of mood to play them.
Yeah.
I can't go, like, it's a very, very particular kind of mood. I can't go and do them all the time.
Yeah, it was like I think I played through Flower one time, and that was it.
You only need to play through Flower one time.
Yeah, well, that's, I think, part of why those kinds of games maybe don't appeal to people like us as much, because they are mostly intended to be one-and-done sort of experiences, versus, I think, people who play games more in the way we do generally prefer to sink their teeth in a little bit more.
It's a bit like watching Fantasia or something.
Yeah, like I don't think Fantasia
that's actually a good way of
people
putting it.
would binge and watch like
No.
3 times a month. You know, it's like something you watch when you're, I don't know, when your friends bring brownies over, and then you're like,
It's a
"That
movie
was
you
too
watch.
much
It's a
to do
movie you
something
watch when
else."
you want to feel artsy fartsy, but you don't want to actually watch anything too artsy fartsy.
Or maybe
Did you mean the art Oscars?
or maybe you're just in the mood for some music videos. You know.
Oh man, I remember when VH1 showed real music videos.
I mean, yes, we are old enough to remember when VH1 played music videos most of the time.
MTV for that matter.
I
Yes.
don't remember VH1, so I can't say I remember the same thing.
You're older than I am, and I remember VH1.
I guess I just never saw it. MTV is the only one I think of when I remember channels.
I mean, they're basically the same channel, so.
For a while, VH1 was more music oriented. After MTV went to the reality show,
Yeah,
like
VH1,
Road, but then
like,
VH1 became MTV too.
Yeah, like in the mid 2000s when MTV stopped being as much about music and started being more about like,
Shitty reality TV.
yeah, VH1 was like, don't worry guys, we're the real music TV channel.
And then like 2
they
years
stopped-
later, they did the exact same thing.
Yeah, because people don't care about watching music videos on TV when they can just look them up on YouTube.
Yeah, basically.
Exactly.
Yeah, like that YouTube.
I think that's also what killed G4.
Probably,
Yes.
yes. We killed G4, it's us. You killed him! You killed them all!
Well, it certainly didn't help that the quality of the video game content on YouTube and similar sites was just better than what G4 was doing.
Was it if video killed the radio star? What did the
YouTube
internet
killed the MTV.
Internet
MTV.
killed the
So-
cable star.
Yeah, I guess cable star. Yeah, that's appropriate.
Netflix killed the subscription service.
Wasn't Netflix one of the first ones, though?
Yes.
You can be one of the first ones and also screw it up.
Well,
look at Facebook.
Netflix was originally a DVD mail company.
Yeah, when walking to
Well,
blocks over to
Blockbuster.
Blockbuster was too much work.
It still does that.
Well, either Blockbuster and Hollywood Video were already on the way out though when Netflix.
Well, no, like they
made its
were
run.
still
Well-
everywhere though in like the 2000s.
Yeah, that was more a. I remember Blockbuster was actually offered to buy Netflix, but this was before, like, right before they started streaming, or they were just starting doing streaming stuff. Then Blockbuster was like, no one was going to be interested in that, and like, oops.
Wait, so
So they took away their bid to buy Netflix when they realized that.
Well, no, they were offered a purchase price for Netflix, and Blockbuster just said, yeah, no, we're not interested.
does this enemy have an attack that ejects you from your suit?
Yes,
Yes.
he does.
Interesting. Oh.
Yeah. This is one of the harder bosses, I think, because of that. But it is also one of the more cool ones because if you get ejected from your suit, you can use the grapple hooks in order to jump around. Which is what, like, I think it's fun. Grapple hooks are fun. Metroid should do that and make their grapple hooks fun.
I mean,
like
that's
every other
I mean
game.
that's basically the entire premise of Bionic Commando.
Which one? The 80s one or the
80s one.
The new one, which is like Bionic Commando. The new one is like Spider-Man but bad.
Yeah, basically.
The clutch victory at the end as the pilot was good.
I thought Spider-Man:
stuff.
The Return of the Sinister Six was Spider-Man but bad.
Listen, there's a lot of bad Spider-Man. So
One more
Spider-Man.
day.
It's kind of weird how there's like this idea that Spider-Man is the only who has like really consistently good video games, and it's like, no.
No,
No.
no. Like, I mean, he's had more hits than most other video game heroes. Especially, like, I guess, like, it's Batman and then Spider-Man are, like...
And that's
pretty-
kind of it.
Yeah, no, pretty much all the other ones have been stinkers.
We'll see you all in the next part of Panzer Paladin.